So if you want to know how to make one of these and what it's going to be used for, just watch the video. Yes, my garage is a mess, but it's where I play. Nobody else has to play out here. I'm not much of a builder, but I had this idea, or was inspired by this idea for some reason one night. I've done a search on YouTube to see if there's anything like it. I didn't find anything under garlic planting, and I love to plant garlic. Usually I plant 2 4x8 planter beds, raised beds every year. This year I'm only going to do 1 4x8, but I wanted to maximize my space. I plant music garlic and inchlium garlic. So which is my favorite garlic because it came from a little town here in Washington State, about 30 miles from where I grew up. And up to about, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, I didn't know they were famous for anything. But apparently their garlic is good. I got some quite a few years ago. I just keep saving a seed and planting it. So this here is going to be a garlic planter. The idea is that each one of these dowels is going to create a hole in a uniform spacing in those beds, and then I can just drop the garlic cloves down inside there and make it uniform and really nice. This is just a prototype that I designed. There's a few things I already want to do differently, so I'll probably be building another one at some point. But you're welcome to watch the rest of the video, and I appreciate you being here. Well, there's a lot of glare on those glasses, isn't there? So this is so awkward. So this is, I'll show you how I make this. And thanks for watching. Okay, so this board is 12 inches wide. Originally it was 48 inches long. I had to cut 2 inches off of it because of the size of my garden bed. And I have 4 chalk lines on here. And the idea is that I'm going to measure out every 3 inches on this board and drill a hole for these dowels, which will be cut to approximately 3 3/4 inches, and they will fit down in those holes like this. Then so we'll mark like this one at 3 inches, skip this one, mark this one at 3 inches. Then these ones will be alternated so that they're not just packed together. These lines are 3 inches apart. So if I have one at 3 here, then 1.5 inches down, there'll be another hole right there. That way there's not going to be a lot of crowding. 3 inches is about as tight as I feel comfortable getting my garlic, and with really good compost and organic fertilizer, I get really good size heads. So I just like my rows to be straight and evenly spaced out. And in years past, I've used a stick with a mark on it, but I want to be able to lay down more holes at one time, so it makes it more uniform. So this is an idea I had. I may have seen it on YouTube. I just can't remember if that's where I saw it or if it was something that I thought about in the middle of the night. So this is the beginning of it. I'm going to go ahead and start measuring off these. I'll show you what it looks like after I've got it measured off. All right, so this is what I'm doing. So there's 1.5 inches between these two. And then I'm just marking this one and marking this one. And then I go down 1.5 inches from that one. and get it tight. Nope, don't want to do that. That's twice I screwed that up. So I'm just gonna scribble that out. It's gonna be outside anyways. So here's another one, just like that. Just gonna keep going down the board every 1.5 inches. And did it again. I'm not a builder. I have it all measured out now, and you can see that the lines here alternate. And now I'm going to start drilling the holes with the hole saw, and we'll see. That'll give you a better picture of what's going on. So I have set up the saw so that this is 3 3/4 inches from the blade to here, so that all of my cuts on my dowels are going to be the same. So let me show you a couple cuts, and then we'll move on. Wow, I bet that was loud. So that is how I'm going to get these dowels cut down, and then I'll go from there. I have 35 dowels out of those 3 48-inch dowels that I had purchased, but I'm going to need 60 of these. So I'm going to have to stop the project and go grab another 3, I guess. That should give me more than enough, and then I'll have some left over. All right, so we're back at building this garlic planter. I had to pick up some more dowels because my math was wrong. So it's actually going to take 5 48-inch dowels cut to 3 3/4 inches. And now we are ready. I've already cut all those. So now we're ready to start drilling the holes. I tried drilling a hole with the hole saw, not very good. It just got hot. The bit got hot. It did build a hole, but it didn't do it very well. So what I've done is gotten a 1-inch spade bit. Because I don't have a drill press, I am putting them where they're supposed to go, and then before I start drilling, and then and then right there is plumb, and I'm just going to drill down, and it drills the hole. And so I'm just going to keep drilling holes until it's all done. I've got the other end done. I just forgot to turn the camera on, so I get so excited when I start getting moving. So there's 2 holes. I'm just going to finish out the whole board, and I'll show you what it looks like after I have all the holes drilled. Okay, so I got all my holes drilled, and I've already started to get all of the dowels put into the holes. I will show you what that looks like, and then show you how I'm putting these dowels in. I just have a few left to finish so that you didn't have to watch me pound dowels into this board, but I'll show you what it looks like. So there's the board that already has the dowels in it, and you can see that, you know, they're alternating in space. I'm thinking that I may do one with 4-inch on center instead of 3-inch. I know I planted them 3 inches on center, but it looks a lot tighter when it's in this form than it does when I do it the other way in the garden bed. So I'm gonna do this year this way and see how it works. So I'm gonna show you what I do with the dowels. So I've got the dowels pre-cut, and I've got some Gorilla wood glue. And I use the Gorilla wood glue instead of the Elmer's because it's made in the USA. The Elmer's glue says it's assembled in the USA, but Gorilla glue says made in the USA. So for me, that is preferable. So I just put a little glue on there, put it in the hole there, and get another one started here. And we'll put that in another hole. So we got that ready. I'll take my rubber mallet. And they don't really take a lot of pounding. A couple of them have. Then I check the back to make sure that they've come through far enough. Just a couple of taps. If it goes too far, it's okay. You can tap it back. And that's how I put the dowels in. So I'm gonna finish putting these dowels in, and I'll show it to you what it looks like when it's all done. This is what it looks like when it's all done. You can see the rows. They're 3 inches apart on center. It does look tight, but I have planted my garlic 3 inches apart. I believe Luke and my gardener does the same thing. He plants his about 3 inches apart, and then I alternated it. So you can see how it is alternated so that we maximize our space. I really like to maximize and plant my stuff in my planter beds really tight, as tight as it can. I have really good compost and soil in them because they've been building up over the last 6 years. And so I get really good results from, I just love planting and growing garlic. Last year I had 2 8x4 beds that were planted in garlic, so it's one of my favorite things to grow. The last thing to do, and I got some of this idea from a guy at Lowe's, so I'm gonna flip it over, and these are they're just glued in there, and I'm gonna let it dry. But to keep them from pushing back through as you press down, I'm gonna put another 1x12 on here as a backer. That way they won't push through. If they ever fall out from the front side, I can take and drill a pilot hole into the backer one and then just run a screw down the center of one of these. I was going to run a screw into each one of those, but since this is just a prototype for me, I'm gonna just go with not screwing them in, and this is just something I'm gonna test this year. So I'm gonna put this board here on the back and screw it in, so that keeps those from pushing through as the wood dries and it shrinks and swells. So this is what it'll look like on the back after I'm done screwing it in. All right, and that is finished. I put 2 screws in each corner and then 1 in the center. This is just screws that I had laying around the garage. I didn't really want to buy specific screws. I just dug through some cans. But that is the finished product right there. So next video that you see, I will be planting my garlic with using this and seeing how it works. Well, that was fun. So I appreciate everybody watching. If you're at this point, you've watched it to the end, and I appreciate you watching it. Please like, subscribe my channel. Really help out if you share it through your social media. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers and get more people watching my content. It's not going to be one-dimensional content. I'm not just going to do hunting. I'm not just going to do fishing. This is my adventures in my old age. So I got a lot of grandkids. They watch the channel, and they're spread out all over the place. So this is just a way for them to see Papa's crazy antics. So share the video. If you didn't like the video, share it with somebody you don't like. Get back at them. Thanks for watching. Bye.